Hello to everyone on YouTube. I have a quick update for my 40 Breeder Reef tank. If you're following along, you can kind of see the clam has started to move out from under the arch. I'm not sure if he wasn't getting enough light, but I'm not really a fan of where he's at because you can see he's kind of leaned up against the wall of the glass, and I don't really have anywhere else to put it. So, my wife is not a huge fan of the idea, but I'm thinking we might have to fill out this stand a little bit and get a nice big tank where he can have a little more room to spread out. The other new development, which is not the best, is that I have Montipora eating nudibranch, or nudibranch, however you want to say it. And if you look, you can see some of the dead sections. They also, besides Montipora, eat the Anacropora, which is dying off right there, as you can see. And you might notice the new addition swimming around right here, the Melanaris wrasse. So, from what I hear, they're one of the best for eating pests off of corals, and they like to eat the Montipora nudibranches, and so we'll see how he does, because I guess the only other way to get rid of him is to have the tank fallow, so I'd have to try to take that all out of the tank, which is not going to happen because they're all just grown onto the rocks, and you'd have to dip them every day. But you know, I'm not to that point yet. We'll see if these get worse. The other thing I heard, I believe it was from the owner of Worldwide Corals, is to take your turkey baster and spray it out. And I tried that last night, and there must have been 100 of those things came floating out, and the wrasse did pick off a few. Even the sleeper goby, actually, or not sleeper goby, the diamond goby, he ate quite a few of them as well. So that is the big issue right now. Everything else seems to be doing well. I had gotten rid of some of the zoanthids growing all through here so that the clam had a little bit more room, and same with the blastos. They were getting encroached on, so I kind of moved them out a little closer to the flower anemone. So I also went and picked up an Acropora frag, but there's a little problem. Now, I thought this was a blue acro, but if you look real close, if I can get it to focus here, it's actually just a dying acro. So all the brown in between is the live tissue, and everything that looks blue is dead, and it's just because of the light, as far as I can tell. And I could be wrong, but I believe that is the case. It's really tough to tell with the camera. There you go. But you can still see the tentacles there. They are popping out. So it's not completely dead, and we'll see if we can bring it back. My other Acropora is doing very well. That has grown quite a bit. So this one was a pretty good price, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I moved my Goniopora over this way because it seemed to be in not quite enough light where I had it before. It was kind of tucked under the Montiporas. You can see the Duncan's doing very well. You know, everything's just doing pretty well. Still have a bit of algae, big tuft under there, which could be from, you know, it always seems to gather around the dying corals. And then you can kind of get a better look at some of the damage done by those nudibranch. All the dead sections there on the Montipora. They started getting the edge of this green one here, and the one right up front here. You can see those sections. That's a bit of a bummer. I don't know if the Pavonia here, that might have been in the last video, but that's growing fairly well, like that. It's kind of a different color. And now I have to start working on this issue where these zoanthids are growing a little too close to the acro, and I gotta figure out how to start peeling them off of the rock, which is not gonna be easy. But these guys are ready for feeding. Get some food mixed up here. The other thing I want to try to do is start introducing some other foods. I feed mysis every day, which these guys love, obviously. And then in my auto feeder, I feed some Coral Frenzy, some of the bulk reef supply, reef chili, and also I put in the PE pellets, and that all falls into this feeding ring right here, and that disperses twice a day during the day while I'm at work. And everybody seems pretty happy. The hawkfish is a bit of a bully. He does tend to pick on everybody. You can see he took a chunk off of the top fin there of my cardinal fish. But I'm hoping maybe, you know, with the Melanaris wrasse in there too, it's kind of gotten to be a busy tank, and I'm hoping that he kind of gets distracted by so many people to chase that he can't single anybody out. But we're gonna hope that he does his work on these Montipora. I'll keep blasting them off with the syringe, get them to eat, and maybe in the next couple of videos here you guys might see me thinking about getting a new tank.